Is up, you guys? Hi, welcome back to my channel. So I'm super duper excited about this video because it's where we can sit down and just kind of be real with a one-on-one and or one in how many people are watching this type of video, where we could just sit down and just be real and just talk about things that, you know, people don't really want to talk about. Of course, the title for the video is overcoming self-hate, and I've done a video previously of my testimony. It'll be up here, where I was basically talking about how I was the girl, you know, who was rejected, always talked about in school. Like, I was literally the girl that you just didn't want to talk to, okay? Like, I was not cute, I was always too dark, too skinny, gaps in my teeth, all of this other different type of things, eyes too small. Like, I was never the pretty girl, you know. I was never the girl that you would want to date, or you would, I was just never that girl growing up. And I even remember being 5, 6, 7 years old and thinking that, you know, I was ugly and felt like all the rest of my siblings were always better than me, smarter than me, looked better than me, all of these other different type of things, right? So today we just getting real, and we're talking about how to overcome, you know, self-hate. To overcome self-hate, because what we don't realize, and especially for young women or women in general, most of our problems stem from self-hate and rejection. We may get rejected from our parents, we may get rejected from a relationship, we may be rejected from school, from peers. Wherever that rejection comes from, that rejection comes in and it sticks with us. And because we've been rejected, because we've been abandoned, because we feel as if we're not worthy, or we feel as if we're not valuable, or we feel as if we're not capable of being loved. And for a very long time, I felt that I was incapable of being loved. I'm like, nobody loves me for real. Look at me. Who would want to love me? Who would this? Who would that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna share with you guys some ways that pretty much help me to overcome self-hate. Because at the end of the day, guys, what you have to realize is that you are you. You can't change anything about it. You can try to change your outward appearance, you can change your hair style, you can change your hair color, you can change whatever it is on the outside, but you would never feel good on the inside. It's how you feel about yourself on the inside that reflects on the outside, not just how you feel on the outside. Because you can look amazing on the outside but still be broken and broken hearted and just hurt in the inside. So I'm just going to share with you guys a couple of ways that, you know, pretty much helped me along the journey. It wasn't until, I want to say, maybe high school, where I started making that transition of, okay, I love myself, and I started being more confident and just loving and building and all of that good stuff. So I literally have it down on a piece of paper, just a couple of ways that you guys can take from and all of that good stuff. So the first thing I have on my list is to start speaking life unto yourself. So if you heard from your parents, or if you heard from a teacher, if you heard from your peers, you're not worthy, you're never gonna amount to anything, you're less than, you're this, you're that, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're this, you counteract and you say, you know what, no, I am valuable, I am capable, I am worthy, I am valuable, I am worthy to be loved, I am worthy. You have to start speaking those things, because the more you begin to speak those things, the more that you will start to believe them. It doesn't matter what brother and sister say, it doesn't matter what daddy and mommy say, it doesn't matter what boyfriend or ex-boyfriend say, it doesn't matter what old friends or friends are saying to you. At the end of the day, it's about how you feel about yourself. So if you're constantly speaking life into yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm worthy, I'm worth marriage, I'm worth having a child, I'm worth being whoever it is that God has called me to be, you have to start speaking that stuff into yourself. You have to start speaking those words, excuse me, into yourself in order for you to believe them, right? So next we're gonna start talking about you just grooming yourself, meaning getting your hair done, getting your nails done, ladies, getting your nails done, getting clothes, just putting on that appearance of yourself. So when you start grooming yourself, yes, it is about what is on the inside, but again, what's on the inside is going to reflect on the outside. You can always tell sometimes, most of the times, when someone doesn't truly love themselves, because it will reflect on the outside. Sometimes you will start seeing it from body language, when people are just to themselves and just very reserved and just like, I don't really want to talk to nobody. Or when people kind of don't really maybe dress the part, maybe they are wearing baggy clothes or clothes that kind of, you know, I don't want to say no crazy word, that aren't the freshest type of clothes. You know what I'm saying? You can start to tell or see when somebody doesn't love themselves, because it will show on the outside. So even if you start taking those little steps of, oh, okay, I'm going to get my hair done, oh, okay, I'm going to get my nails done, oh, okay, I'm going to buy me some new clothes, oh, okay, I'm going to take myself out on a date, oh, okay, I'm going to start doing those type of things. Start grooming yourself, because that kind of is a step to push you into really, you know, just loving yourself. Next I'm going to talk about is start being around people that see your future and not see your past. So this is something for myself that I always came into conflict with, especially when I made my transition from being unsaved to saved. So I had friends, and I had friends that were a part of my old life. They are part of who I was. They knew Marisha from not taking up for herself. They knew Marisha for having insecurities. They knew Marisha for always being petty. They knew Marisha for not liking anyone. They knew that type of Marisha. So when I made the transition of being the Marisha that God wanted me to be, then it was hard for some of my friends to accept the new Marisha, because Marisha wasn't in that space that she was 2 years ago, 6 months ago, whatever months ago. She wasn't in that space. She was in a whole total different space. So sometimes when you are growing and when you are making a transition, people that you were connected with in your past aren't necessarily meant to go with you in your future. So sometimes I'm gonna say that some people you just gotta let go, and you gotta start associating yourself around people who's gonna push you into the Marisha that's in the future, or into the person that is in the future. So if you, like my church family for example, they know who I'm supposed to be and they know where I'm going. So you don't hear my church family saying, oh Marisha, I want you to go curse that person out. Oh Marisha, I know you for having a bad attitude, so it's okay, you can have an attitude. No, they're gonna say, hey, I see you being here, I see you being there, I see you being there, so boom, the attitude gotta go. Boom, I don't want you to cuss out that person, that's not how I see you, that's not how, like they push you to be that person that's in the future. They want to see you be that person. You know, you guys get what I'm saying? They want to see you be that person in the future. So you have to start surrounding yourself with those type of people, because they're gonna push you to purpose instead of push you to past. You want people that's gonna push you to purpose and not push you to past, because the people that are push you to the past are gonna keep you in the past and gonna keep you stuck there. Amen. Right. And so my next step is, and I'm gonna preach this until the day I die, you cannot know who you fully are until you know who you are in Christ. And I say it as plain as that, because when I tell you, it's so very true, because you don't know the plans that God has for you until you say yes to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really know the plans until you follow him, until you walk with him, until you say, you know what, I'm tired of my old ways, I'm tired of my old life, I'm trying to figure out who I am. It's because now I have an inkling of knowing who it is that I'm supposed to be. Now I can know which direction in my life to go. I know that the word that was given to me that I'm supposed to be in fashion. What if I didn't know God and I'm thinking I'm supposed to be in culinary? You know, and I done missed it. My whole purpose is in fashion and I'm thinking I'm somewhere in culinary. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really fully grasp and understand who it is that you're supposed to be until you say, you know what, Christ, I'm here and I'm ready. But you have to be willing to make that decision. You know, you have to be willing to make that decision to say, you know what, I want to know who I am. I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of being in this struggle. I'm tired of being stressed out. I'm tired of whatever the case may be. So let me make the decision to do X, Y, and Z, and it goes further from there. And that one is a big one, you guys. I don't want y'all to miss. So all of these points are good points, but I don't want y'all to miss that point right there, because that's a very significant and big point, because a lot of the times we miss out. We miss out on our purpose, or we miss out on our calling because we're so used and conditioned to being in our past way that we feel like who we were in the past is a part of us. Your sin is not bigger than God. Your situation is not bigger than God. Your mistakes are not bigger than God. So you don't have to ever feel that you're too condemned or you're too sinful or you're too bad to ever find God or to ever find Christ. You don't ever have to feel like that, because he already paid the price for us. So no matter what we did, whether we killed somebody, whether we cursed somebody out, whether our attitude was bad, whether, you know, rape and molestation was involved, whatever the situation is, you guys, you can't ever feel that you're too bad or too less than to ever follow him, you know. So I really want you guys to, if y'all don't take anything else, to take that one. And then there's two more things. Well, it's really one more thing that I have on the list, because I spoke about the other one earlier. But I want you guys to also start pointing out the positive things about yourself. It's so easy to point out the negative things about ourselves, and that's because we are our biggest critics. As humans, as people, we are our biggest critics. Come on, let's be real. We are our biggest critics, because if something doesn't look right, we're the first people, ourselves are the first people to be like, oh, okay, like this don't look right, whatever the case may be. And it may look completely different to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, like, example, so my gaps or whatever, like, I want to have my gaps closed. I'm not really tripping off of my gaps being closed. If they get closed, I'm just like, I'm up in the air about it. Like, I'm not against it, but I'm not like pushing heavy forward. But then you would hear people say, oh, Marisha, you have a pretty smile. Like, what? Like, do you not see do you not see this? And so what looks so terrible, or what looked so terrible to me, somebody else thought that it was beautiful. So we fix ourselves so much to try to look like what society wants us to look like, but there's beauty in imperfections, you guys. There's beauty. We don't have to look like what everybody else is telling us that we have to look like. All we have to do is be ourselves. So start noticing the positive in you. Start speaking again the positive in yourself. Like, hey, yeah, maybe I am very dependable. Hey, maybe I am very compassionate. Hey, maybe I am beautiful, because you are. Hey, maybe my skin color is a little bit popping, okay? Maybe, you know, so just start pointing out those positive things about yourself. And lastly, like I kind of spoke on, is that you're original. You're original, and you can't change that. Like I said, you can spend years changing what's on the outside, but you are not going to be able to change what's on the inside until you actually start making the progress to change what's on the inside. I can go get 1,000 things done to my face. I could go get my hair, you know, cut off. I could be bald. I could do all of these different type of things, right? But that still does not change what is on the inside of me. Just because I've changed my outside doesn't mean I'm still broken in the inside. Just because I'm changed on the outside doesn't still mean that I'm hurting in the inside. Just because I changed on the outside doesn't mean I'm whatever on the inside. So you guys have to remember that. Remember that it's not about just what's on the outside. It also is a reflection of what's on the inside as well. So remember that you're original. Remember that you are original. God created you this way for a reason. You are fearfully and wonderfully made out of the image of God. He made you the way that you were, personality and all, looks and all, appearance and all, to step out and be exactly who you were called to be. If he, look, let me tell you something. God makes no mistakes. So if he put you down here on this earth, guess what? You have a calling and you have a purpose. Personality and all, baby, looks and all. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Okay, you're original. There is nobody else like you. There's nobody else like me, and there's nobody else like you. Out of all these billions of people that's on this, I promise you, it's all these people on this earth, and he chose you. Let me say that. Let me say that again, because I don't think you heard me. I don't think you heard me. Out of all these billions of people out here on this planet, right? He chose you to be the way that you are. Oh, I was waiting for my applause, because you know, that was gut. You know, that was some gut teaching. But seriously, he made you to be exactly the way he needed you to be. God don't make mistakes. He doesn't. He makes no mistakes at all. And so those are my ways, guys, on how to overcome self-hate. Again, you're worthy, you're valuable, you're capable. I'm telling you, like, I could go on and on and on and on, but you got to see it for yourself. That's just like somebody telling you that you're beautiful all day long, but you're not gonna believe it until you believe it for yourself. So I just want you guys to be encouraged. I want you to know how worthy you are. I want you to know how valuable you are. I want you to know how beautiful, baby. You are a princess. You are a queen to this nation. You are a king, a prince to this nation. You are somebody special, okay? You are somebody special. You are somebody that God is going to use for his glory. Come on. You're somebody amazing. You're special. You're terrific. You're awesome. You're beautiful. You're courageous. You're outgoing. Come on now. You are you. And the more you try to change whatever, check this. Check this. Always check this. Alright? So I love you guys. I hope that this video was encouraging to y'all. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.